Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from around the globe. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the Trillion Dollar Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. This is your weekend charting session for Saturday, February 21st, 2026. The markets are closed, no macro data, no red folders, no earnings volatility. Today is about leadership, levels, and preparation for next week. This show is for education and entertainment only. Always do your own research, but you can use this show as a foundation. Let's get into the mantra. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve the wealth that I am building for me and my family. Riches and freedom, they come to our hands. I am the master of all I command. My learning is limitless. My earnings are too. The more I discover, the more I can do. The stock market is a machine of design, and I have the power to make that wealth mine. I am capable, I am skilled, I am bold. Blessings on the journey as the vision unfolds. Today we're going to be focused on our $1 trillion tickers. We're going to go with the most valuable company first, that being Nvidia, and we will analyze the chart. We'll find some levels, support and resistance, look for market structure, and see what we can find, y'all. That's what we do when the market is closed. All right, let's get into Robert Greene's daily law. Strive to be the only one who can do what you do. In history, powerful figures weren't removed because they lacked skill. They were removed because they were replaceable. If someone else can do what you do just as well, you are vulnerable. Uniqueness is leverage. Edge is protection. When it comes to long-term investing, develop your own conviction process. Don't just follow headlines. Don't just mirror popular trades. Understand why Nvidia is the most valuable company in the world. Why Apple bounces on certain support levels. Why Microsoft is currently in a short-term downtrend. And why Amazon does not want to stay under $200. When your knowledge is deep, you're not easily shaken. When it comes to active trading, specialization builds strength. Know how these leaders move. Know their volatility behavior. Know their breakout patterns. Know their fake outs. When your execution is refined, you stop chasing and start anticipating. That's edge. All right, so the markets are closed. That doesn't mean downtime. That means preparation time. Study leadership. Study structure. Study levels. Preparation on Saturday shows up as clarity on Monday. Sharpen your craft. Refine your edge. Stay disciplined. This is $1 trillion Tickers, and I'm your host, Matt Riches. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up the live stream so I can see the chat. Give me 1 second, y'all. There we go. There we go. Let me put good morning in the chat. Also, peace, blessings, financial freedom. We'll get right into it, y'all. All right. There we go. Okay, let's get into it. So, You know how we do it on the weekends? We like to delete it. Start with a blank chart. You go to the weekly time frame. This is a trading view platform. It's free to use. You can learn how to trade. You can learn technical analysis on this platform for free. So we go to the weekly, then we go to the line chart, and we find where the price have a big reaction. That's where we put our levels, because it's very likely that the price will react there once again if it has in the past. Okay, and then we also roll up or down to the nearest 10 cents. Alright. See, it had a big bounce when it came down here. Came up here, came all the way down, had a big bounce, so we can go right here as well. Go ahead and round that down. And as you can see, when price came up here, sold off, sold off, sold off. So we do have this zone right here where price is struggling to get over. So I'm going to go to the daily chart and see if I can get a clear level. So you see this double top right here? Let's go ahead and put a line up there. I mean a level. Go ahead and round that up. Alright, we had a big sell-off. Also had a big sell-off here. Music is brought to you by Matt Rich's 510 AI Music. We got instrumentals, we got songs, we got all different genres. Hip-hop, R&B, gospel hip-hop, melodic gospel. I even have my own genre, motivational melodic music. All you gotta do is go to my YouTube channel and go on playlists and find a playlist of a genre that you like, and I got some great songs that you will enjoy. Alright, we got a mini double top right here. Alright, let's see, we got a nice bounce right here. Had a nice bounce right here. Go ahead and round that up. Alright. Yeah. That's what we got on Nvidia, y'all. You see how I made those lines? It's not too crazy. You just find where the price react. Where the price have a big reaction. That's how you find these levels. And then this is a trend line, so I just went from the top of this wick to where the price have a big reaction. Price came up here, sold off all the way down here. So where the price had this react, it also reacted right here. But since it came up here and sold off all the way down here, I just put it right here. And then I look for a support trend line we can draw. Looks like we had a nice bounce right here. So we'll go ahead and draw that from there. Had a nice bounce there. There we go. That's our support. Okay. And I think I can draw this consolidation box, because basically ever since October, Nvidia has just been in this zone, y'all. In this consolidation zone. Alright, look. Even prior to. Look at that. Since September, for the most part, Nvidia has been between 171 and 195. So I do need Nvidia to break out of this consolidation resistance and retest it, turn that into support before I believe we'll be really on a bullish trajectory for Nvidia. We do have earnings on Wednesday, so be prepared for that. I think Nvidia can actually save the tech sector. It's been having a really rough year, and most of the Mag 7 has been having, most of the $1 trillion tickers have been having a really rough year outside of TSM and Google. All right, so that's what I got. We got the current price, 189.82. As far as support, I got 182.80, followed by 178.10, 175. And then resistance is very close to resistance right now. We got a level at 190, followed by 192.50, and then the top of our consolidation at 195, y'all. So that's what I got on Nvidia. All right, let's check out the technicals. I'm gonna just go to the weekly instead of the daily. So the weekly, we have a strong buy on the moving averages. We have a buy on the summary. We have a neutral on the oscillators. On the monthly, we have a strong buy on the moving averages. We have a buy on the summary. We have neutral on the oscillators. As far as the forecast, out of 74 analysts over the past 3 months, strong buy is the average. 57 out of those 74 have given a strong buy rating. And then out of 60 analysts offering a 1-year price forecast, the average is 260. That is 37% to the upside. The lowest is 140. So take that into consideration. All right, and seasonals. February, we are in February right now. So normally it's more red. It's more green than red over the past 5 years. And then March is also more red than green over the past 5 years, y'all. But then when we get to May, yes, all green. June, majority green. So we should expect Nvidia to start picking up pretty soon, y'all. All right, so that's what I got on the Nvidia. Next is Google. Let me go ahead and delete this. We go on a weekly, go on a line chart, and let's just see where the price have a big reaction. That will tell us where we should put these levels at. Right here, I like to go ahead and roll it down. Let's go. Price had a big reaction up here. Had a big reaction at. No, let's go to the daily. There we go. I want more where I can really see where the price. That's a previous all-time high right there. Alright, and then underneath here, this is where the price stopped falling. If it breaks that, we'll go here. Alright, next, let's see. Right here. Nah, that's not a big reaction, though. see if we can go to the 4 hour and get a big reaction. Let's see. Yeah, definitely right here. Put the 4 hour on there. And that's based on this, and this. That's why I put that there, because I couldn't really see it on the daily. Alright. And it looks like we got one more right here, y'all. And that's going to be based on this, and this. Alright, so that's what I got. That's what I got on Google, y'all. See if we can draw some trend lines here. Support. I think we can draw the top of this channel as well. There we go. Resistance. Alright. We can put the all-time high up there. We're pretty close to all-time highs. Alright. So that's what I got on Google, y'all. Current price $314.98. As far as support, I got 312.11 followed by 305.70, 302, along with our diagonal support line here. And as far as resistance to the upside, I got 320.20, 323.40, and 330.50, y'all. That's what I got for Google. Oh, let's see. This is a very bullish candle. Very bullish candle on Friday, y'all. Google's up 4%. Very bullish candle. So, yeah, I'm definitely expecting, at least on Monday, outside of any big macro news, that Google can continue this strong. This is a very strong bullish candle, y'all. All right, let's check out the technicals. On the weekly, we got a strong buy on the moving averages. We got a buy on the summary. We got a neutral on the oscillators. On the monthly, we got a strong buy on the moving averages. We got a buy on the summary. We got a sell on the oscillators. Forecast, we got 75 analysts over the past 3 months. The average is a strong buy. 60 out of those 75 analysts have given Google a strong buy. And then out of 64 analysts, a 1-year price target, the average is 20% upside, y'all, to 378, with the lowest being 273. So that's what we got on Google. We got a dividend coming up March 9th. And you know what I didn't look for on Nvidia? I was looking for a market structure. Let's see. Lower low. Lower high. Higher low. Lower high. So yeah, Nvidia's still in the chop zone, y'all. Nvidia's still in the chop zone. All right, let's see. How long have we been on? 20 minutes. So it's like 10 minutes per. No, actually, I had that intro. So, all right, here's Apple. You know how we do it. Let's go ahead and delete it. Let's go on a line chart. And let's see where the price have a big reaction. Definitely down here. Got a big reaction. Right around that down. And up here, had a big reaction when it came up here. Right around that down. And we had this previous all-time high. We had a big reaction right there. Alright. Let's go to the daily. See what we got on the daily, y'all. Alright, we had this reaction here. Where the price finally get bought up after that major drop. Okay. Got a level right there. $270. Got a level right here. All right, here we go. Yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got on Apple, y'all. Looks like we could draw a resistance trend line here based on this. Let's see, can we draw some support from down here from the April lows? I think we can. You never know if it's going to connect until you try. Looks like a nice connection. Look. 1, 2. Well, this is 1, 2, 3. This is going to be the 4th touch of support, y'all. Man, that 3rd touch was a nice bounce. Shoot, missed it. All right, let's see. Okay, current price $264.58. Support, I got 258. I got a weekly level, followed by 255, and then our diagonal trend line. As far as resistance, very close to this first resistance at 266.20, followed by 270 and 278, or our daily resistance level here, whichever comes first. All right, Apple, check out the technicals. On the weekly, we got a strong buy on the moving averages. We got a buy on the summary. We got neutral on the oscillators. On the monthly, we got a strong buy on the moving averages. We got a buy on the summary. We got a buy on the oscillators. On the forecast, out of 52 analysts over the past 3 months, 23 of them said buy. So the average said buy. Out of 40 analysts offering a 1-year price forecast, the average upside is 12%, which will put you at 297.92, y'all, and the low being 205. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. All right. Next, we have Microsoft. Microsoft. I'm not gonna chart Microsoft. It's already on here. Get this incredible fall, y'all. Incredible fall. Well, because there is such a huge gap on here, I'm gonna go ahead and draw it just so y'all can see. All right, what do? We go to the weekly, and then we look for a big price reaction. Price came down here, that thing ran up. Ran up crazy. Double topped right here. Here we go. Let's see what else we got. We got this previous all-time high. That gotta be a level. That reaction is too big. It has to be a level. Alright. This is just a lot of chop in here, y'all. For months. Alright. Let's check out the daily. Let's get some more levels up in here. Okay, what we got? We got Nvidia down here. Previous high. Previous all-time high right there. And this bounce. There we go. Yeah, this is just a major chop zone right here. But we still gotta find some more levels. Right around that now. Yeah, this will probably finally stop falling. So there's definitely some buyers right there. Because they didn't fall through that level. And now we got this reaction right here. Alright, that's what we got. Microsoft. Let me show you this huge gap. So, after earnings, Microsoft fell crazy. So, we'll go ahead and draw the gap on there. So, after this earnings, it's just been struggling. Let's see. What do we got? This short-term bearish, y'all. Definitely short-term bearish. It ain't been able to do nothing. If it breaks this 393 though, I gotta go on to 383. If we break that, 365. Isn't there another gap down there? Oh yeah, we got that other gap down there. Don't let Nvidia miss next week. Microsoft is gonna fill this gap. There we go. Alright, so that's what I got to the downside, to the upside. You know, 400 psychological, followed by 413 and 430. Yeah, I don't really see it doing much more than that, especially just next week. So those are the levels I got for Microsoft, y'all. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't put on the algo. That's what I forgot to do. All right, weekly on Microsoft, we got a strong sell on the moving averages. We got a sell on the summary. We got neutral on the oscillators. On a month, we got a sell on the moving averages, sell on the summary, sell on the oscillators. The forecast out of 60 analysts over the past 3 months, 50 of them, which is the majority, said strong buy. Out of 49 analysts giving a 1-year price target, the average is 49% to the upside, which would be 594, y'all. So, yeah. It's a lot of bearishness in the long term, but short term pain. All right. All right. Let's check out the algo. Actually, let's do Amazon first, and then we'll check out the algo. We'll check out the algo on all of them. We'll just do it like that. All right. Go to the weekly chart, go to the line chart, and see where the price have big reaction. Right here. Dang, can you believe Amazon was under 200? It's previous all-time high sell-off. Alright, let's see. A lot of resistance right here. Look. Resist. So definitely gotta put some right there. I did not want to break that level for nothing, y'all. Too many sellers right there, boy. Alright, got a nice buy up when price came down here. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Let's go to the daily. See what we got. Got any more levels we can put on there? It's definitely a level right there. Alright. Yeah, previous all-time high. It's looking like a level right there. And a nice reaction right there as well. All time high, what the heck? It's supposed to be daily. Alright, there we go. That's what we got. Look at these two gaps. You thought Microsoft had gaps. Amazon gapping down like crazy. Alright, there we go. We got some resistance right there. We got any support over here? Yeah, we got some support from over here. Alright, so that's what we got on Amazon, y'all. Current price $210. 210.11. As far as support, I got 205.70, followed by this 200 psychological, and our daily support trend line here. As far as resistance, we got this 213 weekly, which is inside the gap, and then 217.10, which is also inside the gap, and 221. All right, so that's what I got on Amazon. Let's check out the technicals on the weekly. We got a sell on the moving averages, sell on the summary, neutral on the oscillators. On the month, we got a buy on the moving averages, neutral on the summary, sell on the oscillators. On the forecast, out of 72 analysts over the past 3 months, strong buys, the average, 58 of those. All right, and 63 analysts offering a 1 year price forecast. 360 is the max, but the average is 280. That is 33% upside, y'all. All right, so let's check out the algo. Well, let's start with Nvidia. Let's see what the algo has to say on the daily. On the daily, Nvidia had a buy here Monday, February 9th. It ran up. It did not hit TP1, and it got stopped out. Let's see if there's any more recent signals. Had a buy here, but the market wasn't open. All right, so that's what we got. So it is in a buy on a 4 hour. It is in a buy on the daily, but it's very close to the entry. It did get stopped out. So there's that. All right, Google. Google had a strong sell here February 6th. And it hit all 3 take profits. And now it's headed back to the upside. Let's see if we had a buy signal on a 4 hour. It did. On Friday, it definitely did. It went up 4%. So you might be able to get into this on Monday. Off the 4 hour, we had a 315.96 entry. Very strong candle. All right, Apple. How long we been on? Oh yeah, all right, Apple. It did have a sell here on Thursday, February 12th. It did end up going down about $6, but it has since started consolidating in this area. So, but you did get the close signal 2 days later. Let's see if there's anything on the 4 hour. You had a buy at 9 a.m. on Tuesday. It ended up hitting TP1 in the morning on Wednesday before selling off. All right, Microsoft. Microsoft on the daily. It had a sell ever since it gapped down, and you would have made money because this would be the initial entry at 433, and then it went all the way down here. So that was like a $30 move that you got on Amazon. And then on a 4 hour, we got a sell in the pre-market on Wednesday. It's really not been doing much ever since then. All right, Amazon on the daily. They had a sell before the gap down. And monster move, y'all. Monster move. So this would have been the initial entry at 233. It came all the way down here to 196. So over a $30 move from the initial entry. All right, did have a strong buy on Wednesday at 5 a.m. and it ended up hitting TP1 on Friday. All right, that's what we got. That's it. The 5 most valuable companies in the world. The 5 trillion dollar tickers is what we covered so far. Tomorrow, Sunday, market close, we will cover the other 5 tickers, y'all. But right now, I'm gonna have to end this show. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Trillion dollar tickers. We are live every morning, pre-market, or if the market is closed, we are charting in the morning. All right, see y'all tomorrow. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom.